This is not a drill. Right now, at this very moment, the largest winter storm in over a decade is slamming into the United States with a fury that is already breaking records. We are talking about winter storm warnings stretching from New Mexico to Maine. That is over 2,000 miles of continuous alerts from a single storm system. When was the last time you saw that? And here is what nobody is telling you. The storm is moving faster than predicted. Areas that thought they had until tonight are already seeing snow and ice this morning. The models got the timing wrong, and that means thousands of people are about to be caught off guard. In the next 25 minutes, I am going to give you exact timing for over 50 major cities. I am going to tell you when the storm hits your area, when it peaks, and when it finally moves out. But more importantly, I am going to show you the 3 critical windows that will determine whether you lose power for days or whether you make it through this relatively unscathed. Stay with me because at the 5-minute mark, I am revealing the one thing the National Weather Service is not emphasizing enough. It is the difference between inconvenience and catastrophe for millions of people. But first, let me show you what is happening right now. As I am recording this, snow is already falling in Knoxville, Tennessee. That was not supposed to happen for another 6 to 8 hours. Little Rock, Arkansas is in a full blizzard. Memphis is getting slammed, and the moisture feeding this monster, it is coming all the way from Hawaii. Yes, you heard that right. We have what meteorologists call a pineapple express meeting a Siberian express, tropical moisture riding over Arctic air. That is the recipe for a historic storm. Comment below with your city and state right now, and I will give you personalized timing in the replies. Seriously, do it now because the information you are about to get could save you days of misery. Here is your first critical data point. Some areas are going to see over 3/4 of an inch of pure ice accumulation. Not snow, not sleet. Ice. For context, anything over 1/4 inch is considered crippling. We are talking about 3 times that amount in some locations. So where exactly is this ice going to hit the hardest? Let me give you the specific zones. Northern Louisiana, you are in the bullseye. Shreveport, Monroe, Ruston, 3/4 to 1 full inch of ice. That is catastrophic. Southern Arkansas, same story. El Dorado, Camden, Magnolia. You are looking at the same devastating ice totals. Northern Mississippi, this includes Tupelo, Corinth, Holly Springs. Same ice zone, 3/4 to 1 inch. And here is something critical. Tennessee is going to get hit with a mixed bag that makes forecasting your exact impacts incredibly difficult. Nashville, you are starting with 2 to 3 inches of snow, then changing to 1 to 2 inches of sleet, then capping it off with 1/4 inch of ice. Knoxville, similar story. Memphis, you are more on the ice side with less snow. But wait, before I continue, I promised you something at the 5-minute mark. Here it is. The thing nobody is talking about enough is what happens Monday night into Tuesday morning. After this storm dumps all this snow and ice, temperatures are going to crash to levels we have not seen in years. We are talking below 0 as far south as Mississippi, below 0 in Texas, below 0 in Arkansas. Now imagine this. You just went through a devastating ice storm, your power is out, trees are down on the lines, and now you are waking up Tuesday morning to temperatures below 0. This is not just uncomfortable. This is life-threatening. This is when people die from hypothermia in their own homes. So here is what you need to do right now, today, before the storm hits. Get battery-powered heat sources. Hand warmers, lots of them. If you have a generator, test it now, not when the power goes out. Make sure you have enough fuel to run it for 3 to 5 days. And critically, identify one room in your house that you can keep warm. You might not be able to heat your whole house, but you can keep one room livable. All right, let me get specific about timing because that is what you really need. I am going to go region by region, city by city. Let us start in Texas. Dallas-Fort Worth, you are already in this. Freezing rain started this morning. You have another 1/10 to 1/4 inch of ice coming through tonight. Road conditions are going to be impossible. Do not drive. Seriously, stay home. Austin, San Antonio, even Houston. Yes, Houston. You are all going to see freezing rain today into tonight. Houston, you might see just a glaze, but Austin and San Antonio could get 1/10 of an inch. That is enough to shut you down. Texas Panhandle, Amarillo, Lubbock, you are on the snow side of this. 8 to 10 inches coming your way through tonight. Snow started this morning and will not stop until Sunday morning. Oklahoma City, Tulsa. This is an all-snow event for you. 8 to 12 inches, maybe more. It started falling early this morning and continues through Sunday. Thunder snow is possible. Yes, lightning and snow at the same time. Arkansas, let me break you down by region. Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville, Bentonville, Rogers. You start with snow, 4 to 6 inches, then change to sleet and freezing rain. Total ice accumulation, quarter to half inch. Central Arkansas, Little Rock, Conway, Hot Springs. You are in that devastating ice zone I mentioned. 3/4 to 1 inch of ice. This is the worst spot in the entire country for this storm. Southern Arkansas, same story. Texarkana, you might actually see the worst of it. 1 full inch of ice is possible. Louisiana, let me be very specific. Shreveport, Monroe, you are looking at 3/4 to 1 inch of ice. This starts today and continues through Sunday. Power outages are not just likely, they are guaranteed, and they could last for days, maybe a week. Baton Rouge and New Orleans, you are mostly rain, but you might start with a brief period of freezing rain or sleet early Sunday morning. Mississippi, northern parts of the state. Tupelo, Corinth, South Haven, Olive Branch, 3/4 to 1 inch of ice. Same catastrophic situation as northern Louisiana. Jackson, you are on the edge. You might see a 1/4 inch of ice, maybe a bit more. Columbus, Starkville, you are definitely in the heavy ice zone. Tennessee is complicated because you have such varied terrain. Memphis, you start with 2 to 3 inches of snow this afternoon, change to sleet tonight, then freezing rain Sunday. Total ice, 1/4 to half inch. Nashville, similar timeline, but you might get a bit more snow up front, 3 to 4 inches. Then the change to sleet and ice. Knoxville, you are already seeing snow this morning. You will end up with 3 to 5 inches of snow, some sleet, then a glaze of ice. Chattanooga, 2 to 4 inches of snow, then sleet and freezing rain, 1/4 inch of ice. Tri-Cities area, Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol. You are looking at 4 to 8 inches of snow with less ice. You are far enough north to stay colder. Kentucky, let me break you down. Western Kentucky, Paducah, you are getting 8 to 12 inches of pure snow. This is a beautiful snow event for you if you like snow. No ice issues. Louisville, 8 to 12 inches of snow. Started this afternoon, continues through Sunday. Lexington, 6 to 10 inches of snow, but you might mix with some sleet and freezing rain Sunday. 1/4 inch of ice possible. Eastern Kentucky is tricky. Some of you will see significant snow, 6 to 10 inches, but then change to ice and even rain depending on elevation. Missouri, St. Louis, you are getting hammered. 8 to 12 inches of snow. Could be more. This is one of the bigger snow events you have seen in years. Kansas City, 6 to 10 inches on the southern side of the metro. Springfield, 10 to 14 inches. This is a major snow event. Columbia, 8 to 12 inches. Cape Girardeau, same thing, 8 to 12 inches. Southern Illinois, this is big snow for you. Carbondale, Marion, 8 to 12 inches. This started this afternoon and goes through Sunday morning. Southern Indiana, Evansville, 8 to 12 inches of snow. Bloomington, same thing. Indianapolis, you are north enough that you are getting 6 to 10 inches. Ohio, let me give you the breakdown. Cincinnati, 8 to 12 inches of snow. This is a top-tier snow event. Starts late today, continues through Sunday. Columbus, 6 to 10 inches. Cleveland, 4 to 8 inches. You are far enough north that you are on the edge of the heaviest snow. Dayton, 8 to 12 inches. Now let us shift to the Carolinas because this is where things get really interesting and complicated. Western North Carolina, Asheville, you start with 2 to 4 inches of snow tonight, change to sleet, accumulating another 2 to 3 inches of sleet, then change to freezing rain. Ice accumulation, 1/4 to half inch. That is significant. Boone, Blowing Rock, Banner Elk, you stay colder. 6 to 10 inches of snow, less ice, maybe just a glaze. Hendersonville, Brevard, this is bad. You are on the southern slopes of the mountains where cold air drains. 1 to 3 inches of snow, 1 to 2 inches of sleet, then 1/2 to 3/4 inch of ice. This is one of the worst spots in North Carolina. Charlotte, this is a sleet and ice event for you. Start time around 8 or 9 tonight. You begin with maybe an inch of snow, quickly change to sleet. Accumulate 2 to 3 inches of sleet through the overnight. Then Sunday, change to freezing rain. Total ice, 1/4 to half inch. This is a major event for Charlotte. Gastonia, Shelby, Hickory, similar forecast. Start tonight, sleet dominant, then ice Sunday. Statesville, Mooresville, same thing. Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point, you start around 9 or 10 tonight. Brief burst of snow, maybe 1 to 2 inches, then sleet takes over. Accumulate 1 to 2 inches of sleet. Sunday, freezing rain, ice accumulation, 1/4 inch. Significant but not as bad as Charlotte. Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, Cary. Start time around 10 or 11 tonight. You might see 1 inch of snow to start, then sleet overnight, maybe an inch of sleet. Then Sunday, freezing rain, total ice, 1/4 inch. Enough to cause problems, but you are not in the worst zone. Fayetteville, you start with freezing rain around midnight. Brief period, then change to rain. Not a major event for you. Wilmington, Myrtle Beach, Outer Banks. You might see a brief touch of freezing rain or drizzle very early Sunday, then change to all rain. This is not your storm. Last year you got hammered. This year, you are mostly spared. South Carolina, let me be specific. Upstate, Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson. Start time around 8 or 9 tonight. Sleet begins, accumulates ½ inch to 1 inch tonight. Sunday, change to freezing rain. Ice accumulation, ½ to 3/4 inch. This is serious. Pickens, Clemson, Seneca, same forecast. Highway 11 corridor, you might be in the worst ice zone outside of Louisiana and Arkansas. 3/4 to 1 full inch of ice. Columbia, you start later, around midnight or 1 in the morning. Immediately freezing rain, no sleet, no snow, just pure ice. Accumulation, ½ inch. Charleston, brief freezing drizzle early Sunday, then rain. Not a big deal for you. Georgia, Northeast Georgia. Gainesville, Athens, Toccoa. Start around 9 or 10 tonight. Some sleet, then freezing rain. Ice accumulation, ½ to 3/4 inch. This is a significant ice event. Atlanta Metro, you are on the southern edge. North side of the metro might see a glaze of ice. South side, probably just cold rain. Now let us jump to Virginia because you have a complicated forecast too. Southwest Virginia, Blacksburg, Roanoke, start around 8 or 9 tonight. Snow begins, accumulate 2 to 4 inches, then change to sleet and freezing rain. Ice accumulation, 1/4 to ½ inch. Bristol area, more snow, less ice, 4 to 8 inches of snow. Richmond, start around 11 tonight or midnight. Snow begins 2 to 4 inches, then change to sleet and freezing rain Sunday. Ice accumulation, 1/4 inch. Virginia Beach, Norfolk, brief freezing rain early Sunday, then change to rain. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, you are getting significant snow. Start time around 10 or 11 tonight. Heavy snow overnight into Sunday morning. Accumulation, 6 to 12 inches. Then you change to sleet and freezing rain Sunday afternoon. This will compact your snow totals a bit, but you are still getting a major winter storm. Ice accumulation after the changeover, 1/4 inch. Now the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, this is where the biggest snow totals will be. Philadelphia, start time around midnight. Heavy snow begins. You will accumulate 8 to 12 inches before mixing with sleet Sunday afternoon. Still a major snow event even with the mixing. New Jersey, northern New Jersey especially. Newark, Patterson, Morristown, start around midnight. Snow begins and it is going to be intense. 12 to 18 inches possible before any mixing. Some of you might stay all snow. Southern New Jersey might mix more, but you are still getting 8 to 12 inches. New York City, this is a big one. Start time just after midnight. Heavy snow develops quickly. Accumulation 6 to 12 inches before potential mixing Sunday afternoon. The 5 boroughs might mix more than areas to the north, but this is still a significant winter storm for the city. Hudson Valley, this is your jackpot zone. Poughkeepsie, Newburgh, Middletown. 18 to 24 inches of snow. Yes, 2 feet is possible. This starts just after midnight and does not stop until Monday. Rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour at times. This is a historic snow event for you. Connecticut, Southern Connecticut might mix and get 10 to 14 inches. Northern Connecticut, Hartford, Bradley, Stores, you are looking at 14 to 20 inches. Mix is less likely for you. Rhode Island, Providence, you are looking at 12 to 18 inches with potential mixing late Sunday, cutting into totals a bit. Massachusetts, this is big. Boston, you are getting 12 to 18 inches. Start time around 2 or 3 in the morning Sunday. Heavy snow all day Sunday. Worcester, you might get 18 to 24 inches. You are in that jackpot zone. Cape Cod and the islands might mix more and see 10 to 14 inches. Vermont, Burlington, Montpelier, 14 to 20 inches. All snow, no mixing. This is a classic nor'easter for you. New Hampshire, Portsmouth, Manchester, Concord, 14 to 20 inches. Beautiful snow event, Maine, Portland, Lewiston, Augusta, 12 to 18 inches Sunday into Monday. Bangor, 10 to 16 inches. Far northern Maine, 8 to 14 inches. Pennsylvania, we already covered Philly. Pittsburgh, you are getting 10 to 14 inches. Starts Saturday night, continues through Sunday. Harrisburg, 10 to 14 inches. Similar timeline. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, 14 to 20 inches. You are in that jackpot zone with the Hudson Valley. State College, 12 to 18 inches. Erie, 8 to 14 inches. New York State, Syracuse, you are getting 12 to 18 inches. Buffalo, 6 to 12 inches on the southern suburbs, less to the north. Rochester, 8 to 14 inches. Albany, 14 to 20 inches. You are in the jackpot zone. Binghamton, 12 to 18 inches. West Virginia, this is mixed. Charleston, 4 to 8 inches of snow, then change to ice and rain. Quarter inch of ice. Morgantown, 6 to 10 inches of snow, some mixing. Parkersburg, similar. All right, so that is your city-by-city breakdown. But now I need to tell you about the wind situation because this is critical and ties into that power outage risk I mentioned. Sunday evening, a line of thunderstorms, yes, thunderstorms, is going to move through the Carolinas and Virginia. Now, normally thunderstorms would be good news because they bring warmer air, but we are going to have these storms above the cold air at the surface. They are going to produce strong wind gusts, potentially 50 to 60 miles per hour, crashing down into areas that have been accumulating ice all day. Think about this. Tree branches covered in 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice, then suddenly hit with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Branches snap, power lines come down. This is when the catastrophic power outages happen. Charlotte, Greensboro, Raleigh, Columbia, Greenville, South Carolina. Sunday evening, 6 to 10 at night, that is your critical window. That is when the lights are most likely to go out. And once they go out with the temperatures I showed you, they might not come back on for days. So what do? If you have not already, charge every device you own. Charge battery packs, charge your phone, your tablet, your laptop. Fill your bathtub with water now. If the power goes out, you lose your water pump if you are on well water. Even if you are on city water, pressure can drop. Get your food situation sorted. You need food that does not require cooking. Bread, peanut butter, crackers, granola bars, canned goods you can eat cold. Do not rely on being able to cook. Your stove might be electric. Even if you have gas, you might not want to use it if your power is out and you are trying to conserve heat. Now, let me talk about the temperature situation more because this is really serious. Tuesday morning, we are forecasting below 0 in Memphis, below 0 in Nashville, below 0 in Little Rock. These cities do not see below 0 often, maybe once every 10 years. Your infrastructure is not built for this. Your pipes are going to freeze. Even with power, you need to let your faucets drip. Wednesday morning, still below 0 in many areas. Cincinnati, 0 degrees. Louisville, 0 degrees. St. Louis, below 0. Indianapolis, below 0. Columbus, Ohio, near 0. Pittsburgh, near 0. And it is not warming up much during the day. Tuesday afternoon, high temperatures in the teens across the Mid-South and Ohio Valley. You are not melting anything. Whatever ice and snow is on the ground Monday is still going to be there Wednesday. This has major implications for schools, for businesses, for travel. Many school districts in the South are going to be closed all week. Roads are going to be impassable, not just from the ice, but from the cold preventing any melting. Here is another thing to consider. Once the storm passes, you are going to want to go out and check on things, maybe try to clear your driveway, but that ice is going to be locked in place. Sunday night it accumulates. Monday it stays frozen all day because temperatures do not get above 20 degrees. Monday night it gets even colder. Tuesday, high in the teens, still frozen solid. Tuesday night below 0 again. Wednesday, teens again. We are talking about ice that is going to be on the ground until potentially Friday or Saturday of next week. That is 5 to 6 days of continuous ice coverage in some areas. If you live in the ice zone, you need to understand that you might not be driving anywhere for a week. Stock up accordingly. Medicine, pet food, baby supplies if you have an infant. You cannot just run to the store if you forget something. Now, some of you in the big snow zones are thinking you are in better shape. Snow is easier to deal with than ice, and you are right. But 18 to 24 inches of snow is still 18 to 24 inches of snow. You are going to need to shovel. Multiple times probably because this snow is falling over 24 to 36 hours. You cannot wait until the end to shovel or you will be dealing with 2 feet at once. And with the cold temperatures, that snow is not going anywhere either. No melting. It is going to be piled up on the sides of roads for weeks. Let me talk about travel because I know some of you are thinking about trying to drive in this. Do not. Seriously, do not. Every winter storm, we see the same thing. People think they can make it. They have 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Let me tell you, 4-wheel drive helps you go. It does not help you stop. And on ice, nothing helps you stop except not being on the ice in the first place. If you are watching this and you are on the road right now, get off the road. Find a hotel. Stop at a friend's house. Whatever you need to do, the worst thing you can do is try to outrun this storm. I am seeing reports already of accidents on Interstate 40 in Arkansas, multiple car pileups, Interstate 30 in Texas, same thing. It is only going to get worse as more ice accumulates. Airlines are already canceling flights. If you have travel plans this weekend, they are not happening. Atlanta Airport is going to be a mess. Charlotte Airport, shut down. Dallas-Fort Worth, major delays, and cancellations. If you are supposed to fly, check your flight status before you even leave for the airport. Better yet, rebook now for later in the week. Now, I want to talk about what happens after the storm because that is almost as important as the storm itself. Power restoration after a major ice storm is not like after a thunderstorm. When you have widespread ice damage, crews have to literally rebuild parts of the power grid. Poles are down, lines are down, transformers are damaged. This is not a flip-the-switch situation. We saw this in Kentucky in 2021. Some areas were without power for over a week. We saw it in Arkansas in 2020. Same thing. When you get ice accumulations over half an inch across a wide area, you are looking at extended outages. The power companies know this is coming. They have mutual aid crews staging from other states. But even with all hands on deck, when you have tens of thousands of outages across multiple states, it takes time. So you need to be prepared for the possibility of no power for 3 to 7 days if you are in the heavy ice zone. That means in northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, western North Carolina, upstate South Carolina, northeast Georgia. You are looking at potential week-long outages. Do you have enough supplies for a week? Food, water, medicine, heat source, way to cook food? If the answer is no, you need to fix that today. Now let me address something I keep seeing in the comments on weather videos. People saying meteorologists always hype up storms and they never verify. Let me be very clear. This storm is already verifying and exceeding expectations in some areas. We are seeing reports of snow and ice 6 to 8 hours earlier than models predicted. That is not hype. That is the storm overperforming. The model data I am showing you is the blend of multiple models, and if anything, I think some areas are going to exceed these forecasts. That overrunning situation I mentioned at the beginning, where moisture rides over cold air faster than models predict, is happening right now. So when I tell you that Charlotte might get half an inch of ice, that is not hype. That is a realistic forecast that might actually be conservative. When I tell you that parts of Louisiana could see 1 inch of ice, that is based on current data and trends, and it could end up being worse. This is a historic storm, not because I am calling it historic, but because the data supports it. Winter storm warnings covering 2,000 miles is historic. Ice accumulations over 3/4 of an inch across multiple states is historic. Snow totals of 2 feet in the Northeast is historic for a single storm. Here is something else that is concerning me. The pattern after this storm does not look great. We are not just getting cold after this, we are getting another potential storm system around Wednesday or Thursday of next week. Now that system is still 5 to 7 days out, so I am not going to give you specific details because the data is not reliable yet. But I am seeing signals for another round of winter weather Wednesday night into Thursday across some of the same areas that are getting hit now. Imagine this. You just went through a devastating ice storm. You lost power. You are trying to recover. And then 4 days later, here comes another system. Maybe not as bad, but you are already weakened from the first one. This is the kind of 1-2 punch that can really cause long-term problems. Not just for individuals, but for utilities, for local governments trying to clear roads, for everyone. I am going to be watching that very closely, and I will have updates on that early next week. But for now, your focus needs to be on getting through this current storm. Let me give you a timeline of what the next 72 hours looks like. Right now, Saturday afternoon, the storm is already underway in Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee. Heavy snow in Oklahoma, Kansas. Ice beginning in Texas. Saturday evening, storm expands east. Western Carolinas start to see precipitation late, around 8 or 9. Virginia starts late, around 9 or 10. Heavy snow continues in the mid-south. Ice zone expands through Arkansas and Louisiana. Overnight Saturday into Sunday, storm is in full force. Carolinas getting sleet and snow. Virginia getting snow. Mid-Atlantic starts to see snow after midnight. Northeast sees snow begin in the early morning hours. Heavy ice continues in the deep south. Sunday morning, the Northeast is getting hammered. Multiple inches of snow falling per hour in parts of New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. The Carolinas are transitioning from sleet to freezing rain. This is when ice accumulations really ramp up, and Sunday afternoon, that squall line I mentioned moves through the Carolinas and Virginia. This is the critical window for power outages. Strong winds with ice on the trees. Very dangerous situation. Northeast continues with heavy snow. Sunday evening, the worst of the storm is over for the deep south and mid-south, but you are locked into a deep freeze. Carolinas still dealing with freezing rain. Northeast still getting pounded with snow. Monday morning, storm is winding down in the Carolinas. Northeast still seeing snow, especially northern areas and coastal New England. Arctic air is settling in everywhere. Monday afternoon, storm finally exits the Northeast. But now everyone is dealing with the aftermath. Frigid temperatures, impassable roads, power outages. This is when the recovery phase begins, and it is going to be a long recovery. So where does that leave us? Let me summarize the key points you need to remember. Number 1, this storm is already ahead of schedule. If you were planning to prepare later today, do it now. Number 2, the ice zone from northern Louisiana through Arkansas into Mississippi is going to see catastrophic ice accumulations, 3/4 to 1 inch. This is a generational ice storm for that region. Number 3, the Carolinas and northeast Georgia are going to see significant ice as well, 1/2 to 3/4 inch in the worst spots. Major power outages likely Sunday evening when the squall line moves through. Number 4, the Northeast is going to see the biggest snow totals, 18 to 24 inches in the jackpot zone from the Hudson Valley through the Berkshires into Worcester County, Massachusetts. This is a historic snowfall for those areas. Number 5, after the storm, temperatures crash to dangerous levels, below zero across the Mid-South and Ohio Valley. This is the real danger, especially for those without power. Number 6, the ice and snow are not going anywhere. Temperatures stay below freezing all week. Whatever falls this weekend is still going to be there Friday or Saturday of next week. Number 7, do not travel. Seriously, stay home. The roads are going to be impassable in many areas for days. Number 8, prepare for extended power outages if you are in the ice zone. 3 to 7 days is realistic. Have supplies ready. Now, I know this is a lot of information. I know it is overwhelming. But knowledge is power. The more you know about what is coming, the better prepared you can be. Comment below with your location, and I will do my best to give you personalized timing and totals. Share this video with your friends and family in the affected areas. They need to see this information. I am going to be posting updates constantly over the next few days. Follow me on all my social media platforms, links in the description. I will be going live multiple times as this storm unfolds to give you real-time updates. And here is what I'm going to tell you next time. That potential second storm I mentioned for Wednesday, Thursday. By tomorrow, I am going to have much better data on that. If you want to know whether you are going to get hit twice in 1 week, you need to watch my next video. It is going to be crucial information that could affect your entire week. This is not over after this storm passes. We are entering a pattern that could produce multiple winter storms over the next 2 weeks. The jet stream is locked in a position that favors cold and storms for the eastern United States. This could be the most active winter weather pattern we have seen in 5 years. Stay safe, stay warm, stay